Hello and welcome to the Gags Tandon show. Another win, and me and Jack are back together again. That's 2-2 since the break I had. Let's
Yeah.
keep it going, Jack. Let's keep it going.
How are we, bud? Yeah, you and Grizz spoke about this game at length really yesterday. Well, yeah, it's a big game. 45 minutes, which we will speak about today, mate. But it was a job very well done. The Liverpool way of just putting us through the mill. We wouldn't have it any other way, would we, miss? I don't
No,
know.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's
I
how
think
it is.
it's yeah, we just needed to get the 3 points. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
how. I think people expecting like thrashings and stuff are a bit, crazy right now. I think that's going to happen. We just gotta win.
Yeah.
We just have to win in any way, shape, or form. All the games that come along now, they can all be 1-0s, 2-1s, 3-2s, 4-3s. Anything will do, basically, going forward. Ahmad is here straight away. I didn't watch the game, but I heard the commentary on LFCT. Looks like we didn't start well, but turned around second half, slap magic. Yeah, it was exactly that. I think the first half was pretty poor, actually. I mean, the numbers, if we just quickly go through them, actually, it would be interesting. Let me bring them up now. The numbers showed that it was 1.46 xG to 0.25, so pretty dominant still. But I doubt some of these numbers here. The Darwin header, I don't really remember this Curtis one because I was on a shitty stream as well, to be honest. Oops, am I supposed to say that? But anyway,
Listen to radio, you were.
yeah, the radio just
Radio.
didn't do this one justice at all. But yeah, I don't know how they got 4 big chances in the first half. I just don't know, because to qualify as a big chance, it needs to be 0.2 something xg, and there's only 2 that are over that. So a bit weird. But anyway, as you can see, pretty dominant first half as well, but just not really didn't play well, and we made a really big mistake, Jack.
Yeah, we got PSG, didn't we, in the first half?
Yeah, we got PSG. Yeah.
Yeah, like Liverpool, obviously we were on the other end of that result midweek, and very much it was a case of poor individual error. I don't know if you want to go straight into that, mate. The defensive error that very much led to Southampton's goal. Miscommunication from 2 of Liverpool's most dominant players. It's
Yeah,
football.
reminded us of the Arsenal one, right, last year, when
Yeah,
it kind of just went, what's going on here? I mean, probably not as bad as the Arsenal one, because you don't want to do that against your rivals, right?
yeah,
But anytime you do, it's bad, I think.
yeah. I felt I wanted a bit more commanding from Ali.
Don't want to do that.
Obviously, oh, little playback there, miss.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh, good. Oh, good. It's yeah. So obviously Van Dijk. Anyone that didn't watch it anyway or listen to it on the commentary, it sounded like that. Van Dijk shielded the ball and all that, and he very much it was poor, but at the end of the day, 2 best players in their position in world football. No bias at all, but football players are football players. Some of them do make mistakes, and we certainly. The lads would have went in half time, judging from the reaction in the second half. Schlott had the air dried out. But yeah, it was a bit of complacency for me, mate. I know obviously different people might think different, but I think obviously it was similar to in spells that the game against Forest, but how defensively resolute Southampton were. Liverpool, as you've already alluded to, the XG there, Gags, just really didn't create too much clear cut or any clear cut opportunities. But you can only play what's in front of you, and just wasn't enough happening in the midfield for me, Mason, the first opening 45.
I totally agree. And Helen also, whilst we're on it in the first half, saying definitely Ali and VVD's Arsenal are hopefully the only one for the season, and didn't really cost us in the end, which was nice. But it's always frustrating. 90 minutes of play for Darwin in the last 2 games, 3 massive goals. Great to see him get going a bit late, even late in the season.
Yeah.
We can talk about Darwin very shortly as well. In the second half. So I'm sorry, when we get to the second half. But yeah, from a Ali and VVD's perspective, you don't expect that. You don't want to see that. Let's hope, like Helen says, that's the only one for the season for them, and it's out of their way. And when they did it last year, it was way more costly, wasn't it? Really, when you're playing Arsenal, your rivals, but in a title race as well last year, that hurt us a little bit more than this one. So thankfully, we turned it around. And talking about turnarounds, the second half was wow. I mean, sorry, the XG was 4 today.
I didn't
Sorry,
check XG out.
sorry. Yeah. This you could see. Look at that, 0.06 for Southampton second half. There was nothing from them at all. This shot was the only one, but really, and it should be an easy save for Ali, and it was. But everything else, obviously, the penalties, there were 2 of them. So 2 0.79s added on is going to be pretty high, 1.6. So another XG from open play. Darwin's was pretty big as well, 0.38. You got some of the ones in here. These are all big chances. These are, no, that one's not. What about this one? Nope. Here, nope. These aren't all. They're all quite low chances here if you go around. But yeah, otherwise, in the second half, it was another 4 big chances of obviously because of the penalties. So if you do the whole half, I mean the whole game, this is pretty. Yeah, wow. 8 big chances, 5 missed. Terrible. Terrible to miss so many. But I don't think some of them were big. I do think some of the Opta stats here are wrong, and whoever's collecting them needs to get sacked. Sorry about that. But overall, pretty dominant. I don't know how accurate I'd call it, but I'd say that's pretty dominant. So if we start in the second half, first half for Diaz wasn't very good. Let's be honest. Carried on his PSG form. Everybody in the first half in Discord at least was like, get rid of them both, get rid of Darwin, because Darwin, the foul just before half time.
Stupid one. Stupid.
I mean, you were worried for him at that point because they could have just turned that around, right? And sent him off. They could have, because you can't trust VAR, can you?
Over refs as well, mate. Like, we've seen that in the Premier League. As I said in my watch along, certain referees in the Premier League would have hop, skipped, and jumped over to Darwin Nunez and gladly give him a second yellow card and enjoyed it when smiling, and probably shook his hand on the way out as well.
A second? Why would he have got the second?
Oh, it's the when he went through. Oh no, was it that in the second half where he went through to Ramsdale? Because it was
no,
I
don't think that was a yellow. I'm just saying the first one. Like they had a VAR check on it.
Oh yeah, that VAR
for a red, and they went for ages on the VAR check.
Yellow card. That's all it was. Yeah.
What?
Yellow.
What? Yeah. So it was a lot for me. I just thought, if it was anyone else, the VAR could have just like turned it around. So anyway, that was stupid. And at that point, everybody was like, get rid of him, get rid of Diaz as well. And then what happens? First few minutes in the second half. I mean, how many minutes in was that goal? It was 51 minutes, or 6 minutes post the break.
The subs as well, though, Gags changed, I think.
Yeah, really good. I'm so pleased for Harvey again, by the way.
The impact had a
really
made.
Good cameo. Had a good cameo this second half. Really good play from him. Maka seems to be our strength as well. I think it was tactically planned pre-game, to be honest, to do 45 and 45. I think I did say on Grizz, they should play 45 minutes each. Midfielders should be playing 45, and maybe you do that with Ibu and Kwanzaa as well, but he didn't. I just really enjoyed Diaz's second half. I thought he turned a switch, and obviously Robbo coming on, by the way, as well, really helped us. Second half, he was much better than Tsimikas was, and the way Diaz went round to the byline and got it back. That's what we want to see from you, Nucho. It's really what we want to see, and it was so nice to see you do that. Hopefully, you get a whole lot of confidence from it and smash it for the rest of the season, because that was fantastic. And Darwin, what do we say from the villain to the hero in that first half, second half? I mean, he did great at the end of PSG. I think it was who was it that said, it was Feast World Chicken. Wow. I mean, I need to check your channel out if that's a channel, Feast World Kitchen. Not chicken, sorry. Feast World Kitchen. What a turnaround. And Darwin now, back-to-back games, making a big impact.
It summarizes those 2 games, mate, in it, as you just mentioned, with the possible, the challenges in the game. It's just a magical world of Darwin Nunez, mate, and we're living it. You just don't know what you're going to get with Darwin. I don't think he even knows what he's going to do on a match day. I don't think even the players. And whatever happens in the summer happens, but I think what you're going to get. And it was good to see, obviously Arne, was it 2 weeks ago, questioned us in a press conference quite skatering really in terms of how blunt he was in his response to his Nunez's work rate. His work rate was there this afternoon, and certainly that ability to cut across the man, Gags. I think it was an excellent. That encapsulates what he should have been doing for like 3 years in his Liverpool career, cutting across the centre half in the front post. He'll get 20, 30 goals a season if he just carried on doing that. But it's just that immaturity in and around the penalty box in front of goal that we've seen in his Liverpool career, mate. But it was
his head a lot.
Yeah, a pivotal goal to get us back into the game, mate, though. But keeps
loses his head a lot as well, and I think that's what happens. You know, we need to keep him calm, and I don't think he will be here, to be honest, next season. But I want to support him the whole way, and you know, I want him to be brilliant towards the end of the season. We could do with him, like you say, you know, when we needed this win. We really did. Like every 3 points. I know people say we probably didn't need it, but we do need it. We need every single win, and it was just nice that he turned up and got us the 3 points, because obviously the penalty as well is him winning it, you know. So
you don't want to create that doubt, though, do you, Gags or Chats, in terms of going into Tuesday night's game as well? Say we did draw or drop points, obviously the noise, obviously it's not going to get to the players, but it's not puts doubt, but it just creates that kind of notion that we drop points there. But it's just going in there 3 points this afternoon, as you said. The penalty was important, but it was just how many times have you showed this season, Gags? And it's the mentality of all of them. Mentality.
Amazing. And also the power of Anfield once you get an equaliser, or you get that fit. I think especially if we're behind and we get the equaliser, as you saw with Brighton earlier in the season, and in fact, there's so many examples of it throughout time. Like, let's just say time, because one thing you know at Anfield, if you're behind and you score one, the other one might be coming very quick, and that's what opposition managers, especially Pep. I think Pep was one of the ones that spoke about it the most. That once you concede, it just becomes like a storm, and players will make mistakes. You know, like the opposition players will make mistakes, and we'll be all over them because the crowd just carries you. The stadium just becomes like a cauldron of heat, fire. You know, it just becomes energy. Let's just call it energy. You know, more a positive word is energy. That it just becomes something that sucks the ball, or at least towards that goal, especially if you're going towards the top end as well. When you scored that equaliser. So, you know, we've seen it so many times this season. We've seen it so many times over the years where we get one, then we get another, and everyone's just every time they're surprised. Every single time we're surprised. Oh my God, we turned it around. When are we going to start to believe that we can turn things around? So let's just quickly get through some of these. This game will also be good for Darwin Nunez. Confidence from Ahmed. Yet Saeed Gopal said was worried a bit about the subspecialty of Elliot Mack. We would have lost some pace in the middle, but they did bring a greater degree of control. Agreed. I think this is the game, and I was worried about this yesterday with Grizz as well. That them two playing height wise, all that. But you know, I think Southampton's just not a long ball team or a team that's going to play the ball high. They're literally going to try and play it out. So them two in there worked, and also they had a lead, so they were going to sit back second half, so it made sense. Stephen says great result, and Trevor, thanks for joining us. Trevor says great results for us lads. Stormy a teacup, do you think Gravenberg should shoot more, get himself great positions? I hope he would. I think he did a great run into the box first half, it was beautiful. But yeah, didn't get there. I think he's feeling very tired. Needs to be given a rest somewhere. So happy for the lads, especially Mo. Absolutely. Fasting, scoring 2 goals. Love him. Jimmy P. Darwin picked a great time to come into a bit of form, eh? Absolutely, Jimmy. Brilliant timing. Paolo, if we were a player desperate, I would be desperate to be coached by Arnett. Wow. Nice. Nice. AG still want Nunez sold, but he has won us a couple of vital points this season. Brentford, Villa, and today, plus that assist against PSG. You're totally right, AG. He's stepped up when it's needed. We're so frustrated with him all the time, but it's great. Sorry, you might say your name wrong. Cerrone, James. Every time we start with low intensity, we struggle. This is exactly the same with PSG. I hope we don't start like that on Tuesday. How good does the team? We'll get to the league table in a minute. Damo, shock and awe at the start of the second half was fab. Absolutely. Sounded like Trent had a very good game from comment. He did actually very good defensively at times. Right, we have a super chat. Thank you, Snarf, Snar FM maybe, or Snarf M. Loved yours and AI teams work for a long time. We're going to win the league. Well, we very much appreciate that. Thank you so much for being around for so long with us as well. Because if you've enjoyed the AI teams work, that means you've been around for a while. Because we're quite old school, to be honest. We're from the 2010s. We're quite old. I was a young man when I started this podcast, and now I'm old. But yeah, we appreciate it. Neil Caldwell says today summed Nunez up perfectly. So Jack, let's talk about Damo's point. The league table looks great right now. Unless you want to, sorry, we could do one more. The handball for the penalty, definite.
Man's playing volleyball in the penalty box, mate.
Absolutely.
Blatant pen. And
I don't think there was much else in the game to talk about, really. I think apart from the Ali and the end of VVD, I thought Konate played well. Robbo came on, played well. Trent was good. Grav, everybody's complaining about again. Some people called it a 5 out of 10.
I think it's inevitable, though, mate. And obviously on Anfield Index, so many. Definitely check out the Under Pressure lads, and obviously the great other podcasts that covered the fitness levels on Anfield Index as well. The lads mentioned certain players in the red and everything. So it's this part of the season, no gags in it, and all of us judges at the end of the May, like when we've done well. Like Gravenberg's played literally majority of it. As we mentioned, Trent's gone off the back of like 4 or 5 games now. No Bradley's being injured. I think he's putting in a tremendous workload, Trent, in terms of his performances. A lot, especially with the outside noise as well with his contract and that, mate. But yeah, it was a solid performance, mate. It could have been so easy, and it has been in the past, Gags, where you're at Anfield and when the pressure's been on, obviously pre-Jurgen Klopp era anyway, but it was much better.
It was. And Jack Damo says it's bringing down the AI average age. That's what we got him in for. We need to bring the age down. We need to connect with the younger people.
Damo on 30, lads. Well, I'm 30 this year. Shout out to anyone.
He's still in his 20s yet. That is a baby. We got Ben Prescott as well. He's a young baby as well. It's like we've got youngsters coming through the ranks. Hey, and we're all out. And Paolo, this is a very, very old tracky top. Very old. It's my favorite. You'll see it on like some of the
thumbnails.
Thumbnails and stuff as well. It's my favorite, and it's like been very lucky this season. We when I've worn it, we've won. So I'm thinking maybe wearing it on Tuesday as well again. And I'm not washing it either. Like, not a chance. It's not getting washed until we win the league. Fuck that. I spray myself with all this aftershave every day with it when I wear it. So this comes out twice a week. But yeah, thank you for the compliment. I do love this tracky top. It's the old Adidas beauty. There's do you see? Yeah, there it is, the Adidas thing. So hopefully we're back with Adidas. Yeah, he is just a kid. He's just a kid. He's talking about you, Jack. Just a kid. So he's doing a great job as well as a kid, though. So that's the main thing.
Hopefully not another 45 minutes like that, because I think we might age a bit more this season. And that PSG game, mate, for all of us. Wow.
To be honest, I think we de-aged with the PSG game because it's like afterwards we just laugh so much. Like laughing is good for you, you know. It's just there you go. Look, he's back at it again. Superstitions are real.
Yes.
Oh, yes. The tracky top with built-in smell of success. I love it. Should I wear it to the Carabao Cup final, folks? With the Liverpool top underneath instead of a t-shirt. Should I wear it with the Liverpool top underneath? What do you think?
Yeah.
It might get dirty though. That's the problem. Being out in Wembley with everybody else, it might just get dirty. Somebody drops a drink over you, you're effed. So that's what I'm worried about. Maybe just keep it for Premier League, right? Not even the Champions League then. I don't know.
No, take it, Gags. Chat to be fuming anyway on after the full-time whistle if we don't take it.
I don't know, man. I'm just worried about having to wash it. Jack is AI's Harvey Elliott. No, he's better than that. He can be.
I'm the height of Elliott anyway. So you're that.
That makes the two of us.
Yeah.
No. I think how tall is he? 5 what? 5-5, 5-6, 5-4.
5-6 or something. Yeah.
Oh, then it'll be that's us then.
Yeah.
So then basically, no, he's better than Harvey. He's holding up better than Harvey. He's got to be a first teamer now. So yeah, can't be Harvey.
I've certainly not got the stamina of Milner. Anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna have to wear it now, aren't I? Yes, wear it because I'm gonna get blamed if we don't win on next Sunday. Shit.
Yeah.
I'll have to cover it up with it. I'll wear it, but I'll wear a gilet on top so it's covered, so it's protected. How's that? Oh my god! Here you go. Here you go. That's it now. We started the superstition.
There we go, chat. There we go. Oh, we go. Say, chat, have you got any superstitions in the chat? Well,
everyone, bring your superstitions into the chat. We want to talk about your superstitions
because we are 16 points cleared at the top of the Premier League.
And we're sorry, we were going there. So, how important that was. We did talk about it a little bit. Oh my god, we have to just do this. The ginger makes him more David Faircroft, and hey, that's legendary. That's legendary, by the way. Very legendary. So, 16 points clear. We talked a little bit about it yesterday, but now, before we kick a ball in the Premier League, Arsenal will play 3 games. Okay. Yeah. So if they win all 3, will they win all 3? Chat. Do you think they'll win all 3? Let's see. But if they won all 3, it'd be down to 7. Yeah. Right. So 7 points, and then we got Everton at home with a derby. So had we dropped any points here today, it would have been real difficult. But even if you get to that point and Arsenal have played 3 games, and even if we say drew against Everton and made it 8 points clear, how many games are left in the season at that point for Arsenal? No, for Arsenal, they'd have 8 games left?
6 or 7, yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah,
I think they're 11 left right now, and they've got 11 left, so it'll be down to 8.
It's Arsenal, though, Gags, isn't it, this season?
Exactly. Are they going to win all? There you go. Snar. Sorry, I can't say your name. I apologize big time. Snarf says, tell me how to say it, otherwise just type it in there. Would be extremely surprised if Arsenal win all their games in hand. There you go. So they've got United away, then they've got 2 home games with Chelsea and Fulham. So I think they'll get a challenge in all 3. I hope. I don't think Arsenal put a run. I think they have, dude. They definitely have.
Last season, they've done well, but no strikers. Arteta, no, Sterling's not been getting games, but he's playing a midfielder ahead of Sterling, and that just says everything about him. But they haven't got the minerals really, and they'll find that in the Champions League when they face either Atletico or Real Madrid. The usual Arsenal will crop up anyway.
But, Storm in a teacup thinks they'll draw with United, and I think that means 15 points level on games. No. Then they'll have a game in hand still. So yeah. Still, if they draw, I mean, I think if they draw one of the next 3, they will give up. I think
you'd rather have the points on the board though, wouldn't you, Gags? 16.
Oh God, this is it. That's what it's like you. The way he's written this, reckon Man United will get up for us like they did for us.
I beg your pardon. Beg your pardon.
No, well, let's hope United, give it them. But we need them to get a point at least, and they have got a lot of injuries, Man United. So expecting anything from them is probably a bit silly at the moment, to be honest, from us. But we might as well be United fans for a day. Yes, thank you. Absolutely. It was unintentional. They're only 3 points ahead of Forest. Why are they even looking our way? Absolutely. Jimmy, they are deluded. I do think they will drop more points.
Yeah, it's bask in the glory of rival fans' tears tonight again. They would have been doing cartwheels in the back garden after that Southampton goal winning, as we know. And on the watch-alongs as well that they do. But yeah, we pulled it back and just enjoy it. I still find it mad though, guys. I know we're deep into the season, but we've got a new manager 6 months into the season, and we're where we are. These players are just phenomenal, and everything involved in terms of Liverpool this season. It's just a joy to behold, really. It's still pinching myself after time.
I'm pinching myself as well. I can't quite believe how crazy this has been. and we're just 16 points, dude. And apparently, we're only 3 points ahead of the points we had last season. This time,
Oh,
yeah, it's more that the other two teams have really, really dropped off. So it just shows, when you go hard for 2 or 3 seasons, your team is going to struggle. So Man City, this level of Man City, they have been changing players a lot. They've had players come through from the previous, the 8-9 years that they've had like three. If you put them into 3 or 4 year slots, they've brought Gundogan back as well. Like, what was it? You're just bringing more aged, players back that haven't got the legs. It's crazy. There's a reason why they left. And you had KDB in there already. So they lost all of that. They brought Nunez in. I'm glad we didn't buy him in the end. Didn't seem to have done much for them, So they've had to purchase more. And obviously, no doubt, they'll go and buy more and more this summer because they're going to get whatever it is, 70, 80 million or maybe even 100 million from this World Club Cup now in the summer, which means they're going to have more money to spend, which is stupid.
Will we be in that? Is that every year? Is it every 4 years? Is it?
You're only getting that, I think, if you win or get far in the Champions League. So we'd have to win the Champions League to qualify or get to a final or something.
I still find that mad that we're not in it.
Well, we haven't gone far. It was 2022. Yeah, so I think they've only picked the last 2 years for it. And I think we were even out of the tournament for 1 year, last season. We weren't in it last year, were we?
Europa League last year as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's interesting, but I don't know.
It's more games for them though, Gags and Chat, isn't it? For them, like City and Arsenal.
It's what happened with our squad. We did 3 solid years, didn't we, Jack? 18, 19, 19, 20, 21, and then in fact probably the year before as well. But 2021, everyone started getting injured. And then we had a lucky year in 21, 22, where we managed to keep everyone fit, but we had a large squad, let's be honest. And we managed to get all the way in 4 trophies. But yeah, but that was the end. That was the end. 22, 23, you could see they were gone. The legs were completely gone. And Arsenal are finding, we still tried to rotate in some of those seasons. Arsenal, the last 2-3 years, tried to play the same 13, 14 players every game. And it's gonna catch up with those legs and those players. And you can see this season, everyone's breaking. And I really feel sorry for someone like Saka, who's got a really big future ahead of him, but he's got a real serious injury. If he keeps going and he keeps getting overplayed, that guy could have a very short career just because of his getting overplayed and hamstrings. Once they go, man.
Yeah.
Once they go, it becomes very difficult.
Yeah, look at our mates, but it's only Arteta to blame, though, mate, isn't it? I think you look at Lewis Skelly and obviously Wanyeri coming through. There seems to be a massive reluctance at Arsenal Football Club to just spend money on proper quality, really. But long may it continue, because even the bedding period for City's all new players that will be coming in the summer. Rodri will be back, of course, but City will do what City do. But I think certainly as Slot's already been on record countless interviews this season. It's a busy summer for Liverpool, but it goes to show the expectation level currently at play. Endo coming on again. We've mentioned Endo and Nunez, whatever the future does hold for them, but both of those lads, back end of the season, let's hope it continues to form the proper professionals. The many of the players that have come to Liverpool have already thought about what they're doing in the summer, but not those 2 lads. I think they're doing much better, and they're very pivotal.
We've seen the 45-minute switch quite a lot this season from some players when Arna will do it, and I think he needs to continue to do that in the league games, where he needs to have where he has a Champions League game midweek. He needs to, Curtis came off at 45, which is great as well, because now if he started to trust Elliot more, that's so good for us, because if Elliot can just come on in second halves and run around and because he's got a good touch on the ball, he's got on the ball, he's great. If it's a team that's going to give us possession rather than chase around, then Elliot's a good player to bring on. He can create, he can shoot, he can get involved. So I think, when it's possession based for us, because obviously we have 2 different types of games we play against teams. We are happy to cede the ball to some teams, but then we're happy to keep it against others. And that's what I love about Arna as well. But Elliot's actually useful in those games where we're actually going to keep it, because chasing people around is not his thing. He's not going to be able to keep up with them. and he's not great in the challenge and whatever. He's probably a bit weaker than them, but on the ball, he's quality, and his movement's quality. And as long as you make the timings of your runs and all that, you actually can get ahead of players. So I do, I do really hope this is the start of Elliot having a real good run in the team, like as a sub at least for the next 2 months, because we really need the legs, Jack.
Is it the in Harvey Elliott's development as well? Like you mentioned the legs as well. Could he? I know there's a lot of speculation going into the summer. There's been many clubs, but when I analyse Elliott as a player in terms of his development and under Arne Slot, whether he gets sold in the summer, we'll find out, mate. But I think he's, in terms of the next 2-3 years, if he is to stay at the club, I think he's probably one of the most crucial players in terms of just unlocking, because we've already seen it. Champions League, 3 goals back-to-back anyway in the Champions League being pivotal. The Paris Saint-Germain game and the other games in which he scored in. And the game today, we've mentioned McAllister, but even him coming on, much better movement again. For me, when I watch this game and the PSG game, is decision-making. He's getting better coached. Not to say that Klopp didn't coach him, but I think Arne Slot's really drilling home where he needs to be on a football pitch much better.
If I'm honest, I'm going away from, I know this is like spinning it, but there's so much to do this summer.
Yeah.
I think we should keep some of the English players. We should keep some of the homegrown type people that have come through the ranks. And I think Harvey should be given another year at least to the club. I think we've got too much to do in other places. And what they did with him today, playing him in the 10, but he actually let Mo go a bit more inside and stood on the right a little. Like he had the movement when he wanted to go central, he could, but he tried to hang on, play with Elliot, play with Trent and Mo down that right side a bit more.
Yeah.
And I think that's really good for us because it just frees up Mo a little bit, takes attention of some of the defenders on that left side for the opposition team towards Elliot, giving Mo some space. And you could see Mo was way more of a threat when Elliot came on, way more. You know, he was just involved so much more in the game. So I think there's something that we could talk about there in terms of next year and him developing a little bit more and playing a bit more. I think there's like the forward line just got to change too much. You know, if Chiesa's going, if Darwin's going, if Diaz ends up going because they're not signing a new contract there in terms of Diaz, then that's too many players to change up top. Like we'll need to bring 2 in at least if 3 go, and then we need another midfielder. We need a couple of defenders. Like you're talking 5-6 players coming in, and then adding Harvey on that, replacing Harvey's minutes, or at least replacing Harvey as a person in the squad. I just think it becomes too much. You've got to choose where to think and see who can still give it. And I think his commitment level at the club is high. He loves it. So you want to keep someone like that around. I think when it comes to capability, that may be a doubt there. Is he capable? But he's shown in the last 2 games that he can make a difference. He's got the quality. It's just the pace and power maybe. But maybe we need to work on him a little bit. I don't know. I would just say that if I had a choice, I'd probably keep him right now. And there's so much to do at the front and back of the team. You know, I think there's too much. What do you think?
I just think he's a massive asset, mate. Like even the Reds in the 70s and 80s, or whenever you did support the Reds as well, mate. I think you always need that type of player. You go back, you look at Shaqiri's, Origi's. I think he's a massive improvement on that quality, because you need your quality. And as we know, it's not just a case of we're not saying just keep him for the quota level. He's a good player. I think many of the Premier League club will be happy to have him in their team. I think they'll snap your hand off if he come for a right value, mate. But it's one of them. I think, as you said, you're spot on in terms of we don't want to leave ourselves with too much going into the summer, because let's hope, Reds, that we do come away from this season with a couple of trophies come the end of May. But
exactly.
He's got a massive, as we did see on Paris Saint-Germain. First touch, bang, goal. Today, controlled the game, as you mentioned, mate, and come on and use not just him, but he was a massive difference maker in the second half.
Being able to fill in for Mo's position is a big asset as well. That you won as a game against the PSG game. Now, you know, I mean, I don't think he can fill Mo's position. Let's be honest, but in that situation, in that one moment, he did, which is great. I wouldn't put my house on him doing that every game. Let's be honest. Whereas you could on Mo. Slot is so flexible between games. between games and in games, and he's not afraid to change players and or tactics early in the game. Absolutely. I was really pleased that he gave Elliot the nod. Like, that was a big surprise for me, that Curtis but I think what he did on the weekend, he deserved it. I think what he did midweek, Elliot, I think he's deserved it. And I think he's probably gone up to the manager and said, hey, I am flying. Play me as much as you can. I'm flying right now. And I think even that second half, with us turning it around, the subs are going to get a lot of credit, aren't they? At the end of the day, you know, Robbo and Maka and Elliot will get a lot of credit because the game changed.
It's impact subs, mate, isn't it? Like, we're playing at such a performance level this season that the whole team collective, as you said, midweek and just going into the future weeks to come in terms of the back end of the season, it's just a proper confident bunch of lads, and they're playing at their hopefully not maximum so far yet, but there's still levels to certain individual players, and even Diaz a little bit of a resurgence in form. I think obviously, as you said, there's dribbles. I think that's one thing that I've loved about Liverpool, is whether it's been Salah, whether it's been Trent on the byline or Diaz, we've become a lot more clinical in the wide areas and just getting the ball. But I tell you, maybe we can just add a bit, maybe one, not loads, but one striker that can just be there. Like,
I mean, there's one that you need is Isaac, really.
Yeah.
If you can get an Isaac in most days, like, see, the problem is we're not guaranteed most staying. Darwin's got to go. People thinking Jota and Diaz should go. Like, that's the whole front line gone. Like, only Gakpo staying. Like, what do you do?
Yeah,
it's insane. It's insane. So I'm not sure if that's what's gonna shake down. I think keeping Mo is so important right now. And then at the back, again, I mean, I think VVD's nailed on to stay, but then the Kirk stuff with Trent, if Trent goes, makes sense. That would give us actually a lot more agility down that right. Trent's great, but it'll be a different factor completely, I think, with him there. So I think there's maybe not to be excited about coming up. But I know you say treble winning team, and one out of three has to go. Treble winning team. Yeah,
I think in terms of trophies, like, do you think?
No, 1 of 3 has to go. I think you're talking about players, maybe.
Oh, players.
I don't know. But I just want to say as well, just how important Tuesday night is.
Yeah.
Because literally part of the season is right there. It would be really nice to go deep in the Champions League and have some of those great nights. If it goes against us on Tuesday night, literally post the weekend after against Newcastle, we're just in the league. If it goes the other way. So you'd pretty much guarantee that the league's going to be won. If something dodgy happens Tuesday night and we go out, I think you can guarantee that the league's going to be won, because, I mean, you could probably guarantee it now, but I mean, as in, we just have nothing else to focus on.
It's going to be magical, mate. I'll tell you now. Obviously, we spoke about this. You spoke about it in countless episodes, maybe even with obviously Grays yesterday as well. Like the atmosphere. I think we're 6 months into Slot's tenure. You heard it today. Like, there was very much of the, I think, sounds, yeah. But in terms of the atmosphere, the crowd's still getting used to it, which is understandable. But when on Tuesday, it's going to be special, mate. The crowd will bring it. And
so what Bob meant was that when you win a treble, which we haven't won, by the way, Bob, why would you change a third of a team? Well, sometimes you need to change a third of a team if they don't want to stay. So someone like Darwin will probably need to go. Someone like Diaz is not signing a contract. And then we've got players who haven't signed contracts. So a third of a team could possibly go because there's no other option.
It's like when Keegan left, he was replaced, and all the top players.
Rush left, Aldridge came. You know, we thought we'd lost Bobby and Mane. Look where we are again now. We never thought we'd get back to a strike force that would do. I mean, to be honest, we are just Mo at the moment. But Gakpo's been great, let's be honest. And, you know, Diaz, finally, that's a couple of assists in 3 games. Did he assist a week before as well?
Diaz, I think he did.
Yeah, I think so.
And especially, you know, Gakpo as well, though, Gags, considering how well he's been playing this season, the last couple of months. But
I don't know what's happened to him. Like,
I'm hoping it's not a serious one. I don't know. We'll find out probably a bit more this week, but I'm just hoping we're not rushing him.
It's like, what's going on? Like, is he going to be back for the cup final? I mean, have they saved him for Tuesday night, which would be nice because Diaz played a lot, and this is a great question as well. Is check? Yeah, we should. I hope so. I hope Mamadashvili is good. And it'll be interesting to see. I think Ali will probably stay. You know, if VVD and Mo stay, it'll probably be Kelleher that leaves this summer instead. So, you know, and then Ali goes the year after, and Mamadashvili comes through at that point with Jaros behind him.
Not too bad options, mate, is it? Not too bad.
Yeah, we're sorted goalkeeper. I think goalkeeper wise, I think we got no worries. I think everything else, yes, we're in a bit of trouble. But let's see what we can get to. I think, like you said, it's going to be an interesting summer. It's going to be interesting. And Bob says he doesn't think Gakpo starts because he's already out for 3 weeks. He won't have game rhythm. But it depends, unless he's training and purposely being kept out just for those games. You don't know.
So it's the thing. We don't want to rush him back to it. I think, was it Bradley said on the watch room today, we rushed him back this season, which I was disappointed with, which is understandable given the extensive amount of games we were playing. I'm just hoping he doesn't keep on continuing to pick up those injuries, Connor, really. But yeah, it's just big summer indeed, mate. But tell you, another game today where we went through the mill in the first half, but we come out even better in the second. And the fact that we've got that quality to come off the bench and really properly impact games now, it's just a joy to behold. And we're going to get better, hopefully, in the summer as well. Because when you play for Liverpool, as we know, Gags and Chas, it's all about being on your toes as a player. You don't really want to be settled. You want to be on your toes week after week and fighting for your position in the squad, most importantly.
Would you keep Jota? So just say you got a situation where Darwin's going to go, but then you got Diaz and Jota on 2-year contracts left, right? 2 years left on their contracts. So they're going to be up for renewal this summer, at least. You'd think so anyway, because you don't want to get it back down to a year again with them. What do you do?
I've said for years, if you have a fully fit Jota, sound, keep him. But I think in this season again, I'd get rid. Only dependent if a big bid come in for them. You could easily get 50, 60 million from a Newcastle.
I think Darwin and Jota going to Newcastle for Isaac would be nice.
Yeah, certainly. There's business to be done there, mate. At the end of the day. And what is it, Jota now 28? Is he 28, 29? So he's not getting any younger. And Liverpool, as we know, every Liverpool fan over the last 12 months, we need to start selling properly. When you've got players there that have got years on the contracts that they can go over, then sell them at the right time. Don't wait 2 years down the line when Josh is 30 and he's had another year and a half of being injured. It's disappointing to say the least. But if an offer comes in for Jota, I'm personally taking it because we just need to.
And then you'd rather keep Diaz.
Possibly, yeah. Obviously with Gakpo as well, but as we said, mate, it could be a big summer. It was a big summer with Endo, Gravenberch, McAllister. We could have a season where we bring in 4 attackers, as we said already tonight, mate. It could, but that forward line does need rotation, if I'm being honest. That's all. How do you feel on that? It's with Jota.
I'll tell you in a sec. Bob Paddock says Darwin has 5 goals, 2 assists, 1 winning pen in 8 starts, same rate as Isaac for Newcastle. This is 25 starts. No. Just not the same players, mate. Sorry, Bob. Jota. Oh my God. Well, you're right. The injury part is the harsh part. It's like if you're always going to be injured or you're going to keep getting injured. But then Isaac's probably similar, right? I think keeping Jota and Isaac as your 9s would cover each other when they get injured each.
Yeah,
take a
great options.
Yeah, and then I think it's Darwin and Diaz that you really need to replace, or at least one of them, because you've got Gakpo. Then you could have, if Mo stays, Mo, Isaac. I'm just putting his name there. I don't know if you're going to get him. Who knows? I'm just dreaming. But you could have Mo, Isaac, Jota, Gakpo, plus one other on the wing. To rotate. I'm assuming we keep Chiesa, but I don't know what happens there. So many players to turn around. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's too much work to do this summer. Someone's going to stay. Someone's going to end up staying, surely. They can't do a sellout.
Especially this contracts. That's a whole nother TV series in itself. The contracts. It's an exciting season this season. But at the end of the day, Liverpool has always, when we've been successful, there's always been a revolving door of top talent because we are Liverpool. Arne Slot said it on countless occasions. If you're not up to Salah's level, you're not good enough. If you're not there, then you're not good enough. He wants more of Salah's quality coming in. And so,
wow. What do you think of this? Sal Jota, Boy Cunha, and Darwin has to stay as a squad player.
How long's Nunez got left? He's got about 2-3 years left on his contract. He only recently signed, didn't he? So, yeah, possibly. Just depends what Arne's the man. He can make a tune out of some of these players. We've already seen in 6 months what he's done. Maybe give him an extra 12 months with certain individual players. Or you mentioned Elliott. Maybe you can get a bit more of a better tune out of Nunez.
Yeah.
Maybe no.
I'd counter this, Jimmy, with VVD. We knew about VVD 6 months before it happened because we messed it up in the summer. So there are some transfers that just do happen. Perhaps, Mr. Wall says, a raft of hipster signings none of us have heard of. That would be lovely. That just turned out to be amazing, like Mane and Mo. And that would be absolutely awesome. Nunez is reaching his prime. He's 26, 3 years on his contract after reaching 30. Yeah, that's a good shout as well.
Yeah.
If I think you have to keep the ones that are, but Nunez is a higher value because if someone's coming in for 70, 80 million for Nunez, I think the club's going to rip their hands off.
Yeah,
for it. And if Diaz has got 2 years left and goes for 50 as well, you just see there's a lot of money there going around just that you want to take advantage of, so you don't lose it. But yeah, I don't know how or why anybody would pay 70, 80 unless it's Saudi. Obviously,
they were willing to pay. Was it 90 for Matoma? But they've got the money and they want to improve the league, so fair play to them. So yeah, they want to go for it. Go for it.
Nunez probably fetch more than Jota, Platham says, and will help him buying someone to replace him. Of course, that's exactly what we want. Anything else that we need to talk about, or should we do a short show today? Chat, is there anything you want us to go over? I think we tried to cover the game. It was, simple enough one. Oh. Did a bit of a disappearing act there.
Was it my camera glitching?
Yeah, it was just you went. The whole background was there. Just you left and came back. That was great. How do you do that?
I do teleport on my streams as well. It's dodgy wires. That camera is a couple of years old anyway.
Exactly.
But yeah, in just looking at that, we've covered all the bases really. Made for XG chat if you missed it, 4.11. Off the back of today's game, we battered them eventually in the second half. We got there in the end. But yeah, happy days, mate. It's been good.
Yeah, it's been great. Okay. Anything? A glow of red jack.
Tomato jack. I don't know.
There you go. So, anything else? Anything else? Great stream, guys. Thank you very much, Stephen. What will we do about our fullbacks? Well, I think we definitely need to get Kirkes or someone like that. And I don't know if he said he won't join us, but yeah, maybe someone like Kirkes in, whoever we will go for. We need to change one, and I think we need a left back as well. Oh my god, how much do you have to do?
We need energy though, but like there was a little spell in today's game where Robbo ran into the box at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. It was like, whoa, that was Robbo from about 5 years ago, but. It was, we need energy back into this. And we need to bring the age profile down a bit more as well. Mentioned Diaz, mentioned Jota. This is Arne Slot's team. He needs to put his stamp on an authority on the team as well. These aren't his players, but he's got the best of what he could have this season, certainly the best out of them. But if Slot wants to be there for the next 5-6 years, he needs to bring that bit more younger players into the squad and develop them and build the confidence and the momentum. So,
before we go to the Klopp comment, Damo says he thought you'd been beamed up. Then that was funny. At the end of the day, as long as they don't sell Endo, I think they probably will. To get that other midfielder in, if they get a destroyer in or a DM type in, it will be at an expensive Endo. I think. Robert still got it, but not full season. Agreed. So Saigo Ball said, "What about the Klopp comments of coming after the title wrapped up?" Yeah, he deserves to be. Yeah. And what he did say, though, is that he wouldn't be on the bus. He'd be in the crowd with the fans. But I would hope they would let him get on the bus because, to be honest, I think he would deserve it.
Yeah.
And I hope Slot would be man enough to say, come on, mate, you ain't going to be in the crowd. You got to be on the bus with us. You missed this in 2020. You missed this. You didn't get it. And I want you to experience it. And I want you to lift this trophy like you're lifting in 2021. and it would be so beautiful. Somebody get this clip to slot. Someone, please get this clip to slot. You know, if we win it, please be that man, and we will love you even more if you let him just come on the bus and have zero ego and let him celebrate with some of the players that he won it with. In fact, I would invite all the players that won it in 1920 and have a second bus and get them on the second bus with Klopp, the ones that are left that have left and won it in 2020, because they deserve to experience this, and I think all the people would love it. So I would, I just think we should start planning those things. If it is that we're going to win it, I think we should invite the whole of that 2020 squad over, and come in the second bus. Hendo, everyone, Matip, everybody. It doesn't matter what they did afterwards. They would deserve to just be on that second bus to experience the players. Ginny, get them all back. Bobby, Mane, get them all back on that second bus.
We do things, we do things our way though, Gags, innit? Like, whenever other rival fans joke and whatever, they just want to be us. They wish you support Liverpool, but sadly they were supporting another awful team out there anyway. But yeah, it's the Liverpool way, mate, and I think that will be already have been discussed, mate. I think certainly, obviously, Jurgen Klopp building the momentum going into this season, saying just welcoming Arnie Slot like you welcome me as well. So yeah, it's
pause me. Sorry.
Yeah, it's gonna be one.
I don't know why I'm being paused, but yeah, pause me.
Yeah,
go on, carry on. Sorry.
Right. So like, we do things Liverpool our way, mate, don't we? So we are a special club. The way we play football, the way we handle ourselves as well, and respect opposition teams, opposition players as well, and special. Get him on the bus.
I'm sure Aditya, he would be able to be convinced to do this by the club, just because that's one thing that is on his list that he missed. Yeah, I know he wants to be with the fans, but if Liverpool actually organize all of his previous players to be on that second bus, if they actually organize something like that, and it's for those players, he would join those players for sure, because all of those players would say, boss, we didn't get this. We need to get it now. And, we won't have the trophy with us. They'll have it, but we should enjoy having a party at the back, and
it's a proper goodbye, though, Gags.
Get him a van. Don't get him a bus. Get him an open top van. Put
and
him
drive
on trailer or whatever, but just get him.
Yeah, and drive past the new Goodison, after that anyway. Yeah, then straight past the new Everton Stadium. Anyway.
Yeah, Carabao plus League, hopefully CL. Don't want to be greedy. I think the two that are most likely are Carabao and League. CL is a tough ask, beating Madrid if we can get past PSG on Tuesday, we have a real tough tie against Villa. I know I'd be confident of it, but it would be a tough tie playing an English team in Europe. And then they're always tough. Villa Park will be tough. I know we outplayed them the other week, but that'll be just another game with players back for them. And then if you get past that, you could have another all English tie if Arsenal beat Madrid. Will they? But then it's Madrid, one of the Madrid teams, which is always tough. So, again, this is we've got a real tough road to the final. So I'm not even, I'd book a hotel by now if I'd be confident. But I think with everything that's on our plate this season, it's just going to be a real tough ask for a treble, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you and Grizz said at the beginning of the year, mate, you'd be happy just with one. Obviously, the Premier League and the Champions League, but I think Premier League it is. I think always the Premier League, because we've waited so long. Obviously, won it a couple of years ago, didn't celebrate it, but it should be the bread and butter every season, as it used to be in the 70s and 80s. Premier League, or like the league, it should be bare minimum. And then if you can do well in the Champions League, then great. That's just another thing. We've won it 6 times, but we'll never pass the opportunity. If it's there, then the lads will take it with all. But I think the Premier League, especially for the other lads that have been in the squad that have missed out on a couple of occasions, so they deserve it.
I did hear again. Adi saying it'd be wild if Lallana gets relegated and turns up in a second bus or open van. He would deserve it though. He won the title, so he would deserve it. We said Brad wants athleticism up front, and Jurgen needs a Mardi Gras float. Yeah, exactly. That would be nice. I think. Oh, and Jimmy said make sure we give Minamino a call. Absolutely, Endo would love that, wouldn't he? Another pal in the back. I mean, that would be crazy. But yeah, I honestly do feel Liverpool should do that for those guys that missed out on the parade. They really should.
Yeah.
Really should do that. And I guess they got the FA Cup and Carabao Cup parade, but really, was it was it a parade?
Yeah.
Was it a real parade?
No, I suppose when everyone went. But thing is, we celebrate properly, unlike Manchester City, where they're all paid actors in the crowd.
No one turns up. It's just, and it's like a local street. It's like in the middle of city centre where there's like 20 people, and there's panning at the 20 people, and there's someone in the crowd going, "Come on, guys, let's speed."
I just feel Kevin De Bruyne, one of the best midfielders ever to grace the Premier League, and even he sat on the bus like going. But yeah, Kevin, if you would have come to Liverpool, we do celebrations properly in Liverpool and around the world as well. So yeah,
the amount of people that will travel to Liverpool,
I think it'd be over 1 million
everywhere.
This time.
It'll be insane amount of people in the streets of Liverpool if this league title is won. When this league title is won now, I think 16 points left with 11 games, 33 points for Arsenal left on the table. 33 points. There's 16 behind.
That's mad.
Like when you talk about it like that, that's you might as well call it, mate. Like, come on. Like, it's gonna be the wildest thing to happen. We've got to lose 6 games. Out of 9. What is it? 9 left for us now? Is it 9? Let me check.
Yeah, 9. Yeah, 9 after today.
We've got to lose 6 out of 9, folks, for them to win the title.
Like we did.
6 out of 9, is it just?
But remember when we won the league and the lads celebrated and we still had games to play? Trent couldn't even queue up for the for the year. Remember when Salah pushed him? It's like obviously the celebration.
If we drew 8 games out of the 9, they'd catch up. They'd be level.
Yeah, but it's Arsenal. It's not City.
No, but if we drew 8 games out of the 9 and they won every single one, then going into the last game, we'd be level. I'm just trying to put across what we have to do here for this to get fooked.
It's massive for the Champions League, though, guys, and it's massive. That's it's rotation galore, chat. Let's hope the next couple of Prem games we win, bash them out, get them done, box it off, and then Arne Slot can fully rotate. James McConnell will be getting a game and maybe recall like this.
Yeah, it'd be great to see some of those lads coming in.
And Chiesa as well, getting a proper run in the Premier League at the back end of the season. So
yeah, it'd be just nice to see him score some goals. I think Mo will say, "Don't you dare drop me."
Yeah.
I want records. I want to play. Like, don't you dare. Give me 45, 60 minutes at least. Yeah. But insane what this could be. Having this performance so far up to it could be the thing that gets us to another final in the Champions League. But obviously, it all depends on what's happened in the next 2 games. The remaining 2 games of the week now, so important for us. Like, it's just completely huge. So we need to win the next. So here we go. It would be weird to have Red Bull head of global side another club's event. Don't think they would like that. I don't think they would say anything to him, to be honest, Brad. It's Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool legend. I do not think they would stand in his way at all. It's more Klopp himself that would stop it. Win the next 6 means we win the league at Stamford Bridge, and Arsenal gives us a god on that. In fact, actually, you are assuming Arsenal will win their next 6.
All their games.
Yes, to get there. Pratham, I actually feel like 3 or 4 wins the title, because I think Arsenal are going to start dropping points because they're going to beat PSG. Remember, PSV. Sorry, they're going to beat PSV, so they're going to have Champions League quarterfinals coming up against Madrid, where they're going to have to play. And I think, can someone tell me when the quarterfinals are scheduled for? Let me have a quick look. Champions League quarterfinal dates 2025. They are going to be Tuesday the 18th. No, that's women's. What am I doing? Let's have a look. So 2024 dates. Here we go. Quarterfinals are the 8th and 9th and 15th, 16th of April. So let's have a quick look at Arsenal fixtures, shall we? Because it's important for us just to know when and they could drop off. 8th and 9th. So they're going to be playing Everton away and Brentford at home in between. And then they've got no game actually until the 20th, which is weird, of April. So they'll have a free shot because I think it's an FA Cup weekend in between. So luckily we're both out of that, us and them. So they'll then have they'll basically have a gap.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's right. So it'll just be no. I'm wrong. Sorry, it's fine. It's not a gap. It's just because they're playing on a Saturday and a Sunday. So basically, it's going to be Everton, Madrid, Everton away, then Madrid, then Brentford at home, Madrid, then Ipswich away. So the Ipswich away is easy for them, but still, I think Brentford could cause them some troubles. And that's what I'm trying to say is that this run, having some of those games, Everton away is probably going to be tough for them with 2 Madrid games in between, sandwiching that. I think you're going to find that they might drop some more points around there.
That's the point. You've spot on there, mate. That's the point, chat, as well. That's the period. If they do progress as expected, facing Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid, whoever that is a proper testing game. Like especially if they play Atletico Madrid, they'll be getting absolutely volleyed across every corner of the pitch anyway, and that's not going to be a nice game to play in. It's going to be a relentless game, and we don't need to win all our games, Gags. As we said, I think we just got to focus on ourselves and win the next 2 or 3, and I think we'll be done.
And I think we will. And that's the thing. I actually think we will, dude. Let me just go to our fixtures.
So,
3, 1. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Our fixtures say we have Everton in the league, Fulham away, and then West Ham at home. So same time, if we get past PSG, we will be doing Fulham away, Villa, West Ham at home, Villa. So, and then after that, we got Leicester away. So in fact, our games aren't as tough. I think the Fulham one is, but we're staying in England for all of them. We're not traveling to Spain. We're literally going to be in England for all of them. If we get past PSG, it's Villa, right? They've won away already, so you could pretty much guarantee they're going to go through. So it'll be Everton at home, then Villa away or at home, Fulham away, Villa at home, Liverpool, West Ham at home. So for us, that's 3 home games in like that 12, 13 days.
Down the motorway.
And it's just on the M6, isn't it? It's not far, really. It's 2 hours. So an hour and a half, really. So, like I said, I really think scheduling is going to suit us as well. No, Birmingham isn't. I mean, it takes me. I'm a bit closer. I think Birmingham's are a bit more southern. So
do you like getting the planes to footballers, don't they? So they'll have
they won't get the plane to Birmingham. It'll be a bus, but they'll go the night before or something. It'll be fine. It'll just be it'll be easy. But like I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is in this little run there,
it's nice.
There's not much to travel at all, Jack. It's going to be pretty good for them. So if we're playing on a Sunday, we're most likely playing Wednesday night, Villa, either away or at home. Then we've got West Ham at home on the Sunday, and then we'll probably play Wednesday again. If we've got 2 games on Wednesdays already set, Sunday is already set at 2. Both of those are set live on TV at 2. One of them might have to move to a Saturday night or Saturday early kickoff just because of
schedule.
Scheduling. So I think one of those games might change.
Well,
we shall see. But it's all really exciting, right? We need to get past. That's why PSG is so important, because you get to April, the crux of it, and that's just the quarters. Like the blimmin' semis. If you get to the semis, end of April, and so you're talking 29, 30 April and 6th, 7th of May. What have we got? We got Tottenham at home, and then it'll be a semi, and then you've got Chelsea away, and then another semi, and then you've got Arsenal at home. So
get on.
Imagine if it's Arsenal in the semi. It would be Chelsea, Arsenal. No, it would be Arsenal, then Chelsea, then Arsenal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bring it on.
Wow.
Enjoy every minute of it, Reds. We are certainly.
We got to get there first. So what have we got here? We should. I feel like Arsenal will hand us the title way earlier than we expect. Thanks, it's me, Everest. Jimmy P says I see Arsenal drawing a lot. Jimmy P says Birmingham's not very far. And Brutham says, forgot to take into consideration Arsenal's games. Got a bit carried away thinking about winning at Stamford Bridge. I don't really want to win it. I mean, we have won it at Stamford Bridge before. Kenny Dalglish won one of his titles there, and I think '86 we won it there where he finished. He won the he actually scored the winner and then won the title as a player manager. I think it was '86 if I'm not mistaken. But so we could. I mean, we've won it there before. It would be lovely to repeat history and this time do a real double. A proper double is a Champions League and a Premier League. That would be nice. Want Caicedo to give us a card of honor. Yeah, even Lavia could be back. But exactly, Sai, that would be nice. I think Caicedo doing that just rubs it in a little bit. We can be unbearable and we can be very bitchy about everything right now and take our revenge on everything. I mean, just get Bowley out there. I'd get Todd Bowley out there celebrating all those transfers. Get him on the pitch, and I want John Henry to walk through because there's a rivalry between them two. I'd get John Henry to be the last person to walk, and Bowley's there, like watching,
with a cigar in his mouth as well. John, go on.
That's it. I wish it was at the Emirates if they did the God what they're smoking down the Emirates, and it's John Henry smoking. 86 was a great year indeed, my friend. I enjoyed that. I really did. Rushy, and then 3 years later, scoring another double in the cup final was very nice. So, anyway, I think we've managed to go past an hour somehow, talking nonsense again, Jack. But we did it. I thought this would finish early.
I enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. We've got to save it every second of the season, mate. Like of everyone getting involved in the comments as well. Much appreciated, everyone. Just enjoy it.
Was it on our last pod? I said you got to enjoy the journey now.
Yeah,
got to enjoy the journey. Like this is a great win, another great win. Even if it's Southampton, they gave us some trouble just by us being silly sometimes. But then it was a bit of a cakewalk with a 4xG in the end, 4 point whatever it was.
Yeah,
insane. We're stat padding right now with the XG. I think we've gone a bit nuts. No one's catching us on that now. But Jack, pleasure being with you again.
Thank you, mate.
Pleasure, being another win again.
We go again on Tuesday night.
Yeah, absolutely. Rushy signed a book for me in '86. Well done, Paolo. That's amazing. Lucky you. And Damo says John Henry smoking a cigar, Razor Ruddock style. Great. Oh, here we go. Loudmouth. Hi, Gags. No one's going to talk about the elephant in the room. Mo Salah's performance have been subpar, barring his moments of conversion. Warning signs. Dude, you do realize he's fasting right now. He's fasting since last week. It's been a week now. It's been 10 days since he's been fasting or so, or maybe it's 9 days. So I don't think you should be saying anything about Mo Salah. He's just put 2 penalties away. We're working his ass off today. Not had a single thing to drink or eat since sunrise. So I think we should actually respect him for being still being out there, still wanting to play, still wanting to give his all. Let me tell you something. A lot of people don't respect a lot of other people's faith and stuff. And I'm not saying you not, I'm just saying that people don't. But it takes a lot of discipline to fast. And all of my Muslim friends and all the people that are fasting right now, I tell them how disciplined they are and how amazing they are for having that discipline. It's very tough for them. They do it because they believe in what they believe. We respect that, but we respect Mo for playing through that, being an athlete and playing football, and the amount of sweat he's getting out there, at the same time whilst not eating or drinking for the whole day.
Yeah,
mate, please salute the player, not bring him down. It's a hot day today as well, So I just feel like we should give him the plaudits right now. See how he plays towards the end of the season. Snarl says, cheers, fellows. Thank you very, very much for the super chat again. Tottenham says, great show. Big up Gags and Jack, up the effing Reds. Rob Jones was right back in my school to bloody hell, Paolo. Ramadan ends. Eid is end of the month, so it's normally a month exact, so 28th to 28th-ish. I think so. I'm not sure. But yeah, it'll be around the end of March. So great thing is after the so he's got 2 more games. Then it's the international break. So hopefully he gets a break. And I'm hoping the African nations, or at least Egypt, because they'll all be fasting. Hopefully they don't have many games, or he doesn't go. And then by the time we come back from African nations, I think Eid will be done and Mo will be ready to play Everton. So honestly, I think you'll see the real Mo come April. That's mad that they can put a performance in while fasting. Absolutely. Loudmouth Football's back says I'm in Mayo, but it's not reactionary. It's been the trend if you look at most of the games, even this season. I'm telling you, if we don't get a quality winger next season, we won't be punching the same numbers. But I actually think you're wrong. I think Mo is, and we can have different opinions, bro. It's fine. I appreciate you commenting and stuff. I think Mo is just being played very differently by Slot. Doesn't let him sprint as much. Just when he's on the ball only, doesn't expect him to come back unless Mo feels like there's a need in the game, like we did in a couple of the games where we need to win, like at Man City, where he needs to work hard. I think he's saving his legs, and as long as Mo can keep creating and popping up with the goals, he's going to be insane for us. And he might not get the same levels next year, but he'll get half at least. And even then, that's amazing. If we can get 20 or 30 goals and assists from him instead of 50, still fine, still doing better than the rest of the league, dude. So I think probably want to put a bit of respect on his name, and I think Slot's handling him really well. Thank you, Damo. We appreciate you. If you remember David China from Tranmere with the long throw, he was in my years. Paolo's just bringing out all the names right now. Thank you.
Did you have Kenny Dalglish in your class, lads? You got everyone in there, lad.
But we got to go now. And thank you once again, Jack. Appreciate it. Another win. Hopefully back together on Tuesday night for the next one. And let's hope
go again.
I'm happy with the draw. Like literally just get through.
We go through.
Just get through, because it just means we get another chance at another trophy and go a bit further in the competition. The further you get, the more money you make as well.
Yeah.
We need all the money we can get. Right. From Jack and from me, that's it. Have a great weekend. Great Saturday. We can relax and watch all the football, the rest of it, for the rest of the weekend with a smile on our faces. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Thank you. Thank you, Ahmad. We'll be back very, very soon. Up the Reds.